The next measuring tool I'm going to demonstrate is called the angle measuring tool, which is very useful in measuring any angle you're seeing, such as the slope of a roof. Let's say I was looking at the following 4 angles and wanted to draw them accurately on my paper. Here's the process I would use to do that. To use the angle measuring tool, the first thing you want to do is place a dot where you're going to start your line. So I'm going to place a dot here. That's where I'm going to start line A. Next step is to hold your arm out straight, hold your pencil vertical. The same as your proportion measuring tool, never lean your pencil in. Make sure your pencil is always straight up and down. I'm going to close one eye, and then I'm going to rotate my pencil until it lines up with angle A. Once I have alignment between my pencil and an angle A, then I'm going to drop my pencil directly down to the paper, line up the bottom of the pencil with a dot, and then with the tip of the pencil, mark off a little point that represents the ending of line A. The next step is to draw a line between these 2 dots. That's angle A. Let's do the same thing for angle B. Let's place a dot where I'm going to start my line. Then I'm going to hold my arm out straight, pencil vertical, close one eye, rotate your pencil until it lines up with angle B. Then drop your pencil down, line up the bottom of your pencil with the dot, and then mark off a dot, which represents the top of angle B. Now draw a line between the dots. This is one of the reasons why it's very, very important to be directly below the thing that you're drawing. If I was rotated this way, and I was forced to measure an angle that's over here, it increases the chance that as my angle travels down to the paper, I'm going to change it somehow. By being directly below my drawing, I'm going to get an accurate measurement. So let's start off with angle C. Make a little dot where you're going to start the line. Close one eye, line up your pencil with angle C, then drop it down to your paper. Move your pencil, the bottom of your pencil down to the dot, and mark off a little point here. And then connect your dots. To make sure that I've drawn the angle correctly, I can line up my pencil with the line that I've just drawn, and then bring it back up to the angle I'm seeing in front of me. If the 2 correspond, then I know I've drawn an accurate angle. So let's tackle angle D, by placing a little dot, holding my pencil straight, rotating until my pencil lines up with angle D, then dropping it down to my paper. Again, the bottom of my pencil lines up with a dot, the tip of my pencil marks off a point, and then I connect the dots. Again, I can cross-check the information to make sure I've drawn an angle accurately by holding my pencil up against the line I've drawn, and then bringing it back up to the angle I just measured. That's the angle measurement tool. Next step is to practice using the angle measuring tool over and over until you become proficient at it. This is a skill that's learned over time. As you practice, you begin to develop a sensitivity to angle so that eventually you'll be able to look at an angle and draw it without actually relying on a measuring tool. But the only way to get there is to make sure that you're consistent with using the measuring tool every time you see an angle. Measuring angles and drawing them accurately is incredibly important, particularly when you're drawing man-made objects which are composed of different kinds of angles. Quite often, even slight mismeasurements in angle will create very large drawing problems. So to that end, to practice, I'm going to give you guys a worksheet to work from. Once again, you have 2 options. You can either work directly from the screen, or if you don't have a large screen to work from, or you'd rather work from quote-unquote direct observation, you can always print out the worksheet, put it up on a wall at some feet's distance, and practice that way. It's really up to you.